Hello and welcome to my presentation on the 3-step secrets to finding the one. I'm Natacha Noel, a matchmaker and dating coach, founder of Millionaire Search and Absolute Bachelor Club. I'm very excited to be speaking with you today. We've all heard it said at least once before that money can't buy love. But what exactly does that mean? This phrase is alluding to the fact that the ingredients for love and to be loved are to be found between two people and not through a transaction. Outward material possessions, agreements, spoken or unspoken, a lifestyle, children, homes, trips, shopping, jewelry, and whatever money can buy. I also think the phrase, money can't buy love, hints at something else. If approached from a slightly different perspective, the idea of buying love or a relationship can actually help me to identify what you, the client, truly desires and what will bring you fulfillment. So let's begin our time together by giving you some free spending money. We're going to play a game of visioning, and we're going to see just what kind of relationship you would buy if it was actually possible to do that. So please take a moment to think of the relationship you would purchase if you could order a customized relationship for $1 million. Yes, I set a really big spending limit because I actually don't want you to content yourself with less than what you really want. So what's coming up for you? Loyalty, shared values, a lot of sex, an attractive, beautiful woman, no drama, hardly ever any fights. That's right. Think of anything you could buy for $1 million. The perfect relationship. What does it look like? There's a lesson here, and the lesson is that we forget to dream and imagine the good things we want for ourselves. So during this presentation, I'm going to cover the topics around dating for successful men and partner compatibility. We're going to explore 3 key points about your relationship search that you can implement right away. The first step is scouting and finding a compatible partner. How having a clear vision of what you desire for your love life is an important key in identifying the different places where you can find her. Step 2, goal setting. Getting from single and dating to in a relationship. You're going to learn to determine future potential in 5 minutes or less, how to avoid wasting time and pursuing dead-end relationships. You know, there's so many women and so little time. So we'll talk about how to lose the gold diggers. And really, I don't like that term. It just sounds good when discussing millionaire dating, but you are who you are. And you can't pretend you're not successful or hide your wealth for too long when you start dating someone new. In the end, it's a matter of finding a person that you're aligned with. And trust me, you want to find that out as soon as possible. We'll talk about the important difference between dating and a relationship and how to know if she is the one. Part 3 is the power of the questions we ask. How the questions I ask you and the answers I get from you can dramatically improve my odds to finding your perfect match. I'm also going to explore step 1 of 3 in different videos, and right now we're going to explore step 1 of my 3-step secrets to finding the one. At Millionaire Search and at Absolute Bachelor Club, my clients have achieved great financial success, and they can pretty much buy anything their heart desires. No pun intended. Some of my clients sacrificed many years on their careers at the detriment of tying the knot with someone. Others came out of a marriage and are looking for new beginnings. No matter the reason why you're single, I know that you seek out someone with the X factor, and you come to me to help you find that person. And she's called the one. What if I gave you the key to find your soulmate? Are you ready to get into the next stage of your life? Are you ready and available for a committed relationship? You shouldn't settle for anything less than finding your soulmate. So how does one find a life partner? Scouting is the process of finding someone to meet. There are many ways for men to do that. You may have scouted on the internet, bars, the gym, and at work. Some of you have depleted your circle of friends and their friends. You may have been set up on blind dates, and really, the most common way that single men like yourself find their life partner nowadays and throughout history is through somebody they already know. So having your own matchmaker scout for you is a pretty good thing. Sorting is the process of quickly determining if someone you meet has potential for you. And I'm going to discuss this today with you, and I'll tell you exactly how to do that. Then screening is the process of collecting information about the woman that you're getting to know. It's sitting down for dinner and asking questions and sharing your life story. It's talking on the phone and exchanging emails or text messages. This is what you're going to do anyway. However, if you're doing it with intention, you're doing it to collect enough information to know that your requirements and your needs, as well as some of your wants, might be met, especially your requirements, because those are the deal breakers. And any requirement that is not met means that the relationship is doomed. It's just not going to work. So you'll have to look for those first, or if you prefer, I'll do it for you. And then testing. That's the process of actually getting an experience that your requirements are being met, testing out the information you get. As a dating coach and matchmaker, I've learned the hard way that testing the reality is pretty important because people aren't always what they say they are. Even if what they say about themselves is true, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for you. As promised, sorting strategy number 1, how to use intentional dating to determine whether someone has future potential in 5 minutes or less. It's called the power introduction, and it has to do with initiating a conversation with intention, starting with small talk and sharing something that's important about yourself that is related to, most likely, your most important requirement. It's also gauging this person's reaction and then maybe asking something about them. It's a form of speed dating, a short conversation with someone to determine whether this is a red light, green light, or yellow light for you. I don't need to explain what green light means. Just follow it up with an exchange of information, contact information, so that you can get to know her further. When you have a yellow light and you're not quite sure, then it's also time to get more information before moving forward. If there is a flagrant red light, move forward. There are a lot of beautiful women out there, so sorting is a critical activity because you want to find out if she is highly aligned with you. That's what you're looking for, and that's going to start with your most important requirement. So let's say you're at a networking event, you're enjoying cocktails with a stunning woman. You might look at your watch and then you can drop the bomb and say, I've got about another half hour and then I have to go home and relieve the babysitter who's home with my 2 kids. You would then watch for her reaction, and you'll be surprised at the different reactions that you're going to get. Some women will react like, oh, kids, that's so sweet, you're so lucky. And then you know that they love kids, and maybe there's some possibility there that they wouldn't be overwhelmed by your 2 kids. And you could get other reactions like, oh, 2 kids. Do you ever get some time for yourself? Well, based on that reaction, you know that she sees children as an inconvenience, as something that gets in the way. And you know there's not quite enough alignment there for you. So you should not keep going down that path, regardless how beautiful she is. Whenever you share something personal about yourself, it opens the door and it becomes socially appropriate to ask her, do you have kids? And then you get a bit more information about her, about something that's very real and something that's related to your requirements. So that is a form of speed dating. I call it speed dating with purpose because we're not just talking about the weather, we're not just talking about things we like to do, what kind of movies we like to watch, what kind of countries we like to travel to, what kind of food we like to eat, and the fact that we like walks on the beach and things like that. We have in mind a requirement and we want to check out our top 1 or 2 requirements and get that out of the way immediately. Also, during speed dating with purpose or your power introduction, you want to check in with your intuition or your gut. We have an inner wisdom. Our brain can pick up way more information than we can consciously process. So you want to really listen to what your gut reaction has to say, because it's more than just a feeling. It's all sort of information based on nonverbal cues that you're not even aware of. You might want to use a score. I found this helpful. On a scale of 0 to 100 or 1 to 10, where does this person fall for you? Let's say you use a scale of 1 to 10, and let's say this person, you would give them about a 5. Well, there are a lot of single women out there. You're looking for the love of your life, and chances are, when you first meet that person, and you practice your speed dating with purpose, you would get an 8 or a 9 or even a 10 from that kind of a person. The chances are, if they score a 5, you should probably take a pass. So say yes if the power introduction is a useful tool that you're going to be using in the future. So you can scout, screen, and test women by yourself with all of my secrets. I really held nothing back. Or you can leave it to me to match you with a compatible woman.